clap.
Hey everyone!
Welcome to the mess hall.
With Andrew Youngblood
That's
and Jamie
me.
Rowan.
That's us. Here we are, back for another episode, another edition of nonsense and tomfoolery and bad advice. I hope Ben's got a good one picked out for us today.
One good picked out.
Yeah, I said it weird. You're right. What do you got going on? What was your weekend? What'd you do? You see any shows? You do any shows?
Yeah, well, actually, my first time back at the secret group since being
how
out
was
of
it?
town. It was awesome. Yeah, everything other than the roast has been awesome, so I feel good.
Man, you're still thinking about that.
Yeah.
You gotta. That was a month ago.
So that was 2 weeks ago, sir.
You gotta stop thinking about it.
But I want to hear you always have more comedy stuff going on. I do kind of want to talk about Hasan Minaj if you want to talk about it because I find it fascinating.
Oh yeah, what did he do? He lied on stage and everyone's mad about it.
Well, we all make up stories, but
What
have
was his
you
story
seen
he
the
made up?
actual clip?
No, I did not. But what is the gist?
To me, that is the specific thing. It's all in the delivery. It's very not traditional stand-up delivery. It's like one-man show delivery. He gets very emotional and the punchlines stop and he gets very serious.
Okay.
And so he tells a story about walking with his daughter in the park and he has a fan mail thing or something and he's opening it. I don't know why he's bringing his mail on his stroll with his daughter.
Hey,
A lot of things aren't adding up.
Yeah.
But okay. And then he opens it and a white powder falls all over her and then a threatening thing that says it's anthrax. And he sees this white powder all over his
90s?
baby. I know.
Yeah.
I think that this originally came out of maybe a few years ago. I don't really know. But I listened to the clip of him telling the story and he gets very, literally no punchlines happening. Tone
Yeah,
of
it's
voice.
intense.
Very, very
I'm gonna go
serious.
say it's true so far until I hear more.
He rushes her to
the hospital,
Cedars-Sinai, or whatever the fancy one is in New York that celebrities go to. He rushes her to the hospital. The doctor tells him, this is very serious. His wife comes and says, oh, you just want clout as a comedian and you put our family in danger. I might leave you. He's like, I thought I was going to lose my daughter and my wife.
Wait, why? I don't understand that part.
Because, essentially he sets up the story as I was getting hate mail from people because of my comedy and because of me putting me and my family out there in the public eye.
Okay.
And so I started getting hate mail. And he was very much saying it was a race issue and a political issue, the reason he was getting this hate mail, right?
Okay.
He set the story up that way.
Correct.
And the serious thing of his wife told him basically you put our family in danger. That's it. This is not no punchlines happening during this.
Yeah. How is this all debunked?
Well, so I have no idea how it was debunked, but it was debunked and I know it was debunked mainly because Hasan Minaj was like, yeah, comics make shit up on stage.
The
Difference is I listen to the bit. I would give any comic a pass. I'm not policing comedians. I don't give a fuck what people say. Make the raunchiest joke, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was Hannah Gadsby level, serious. I'm telling you guys.
So your issue is that he wasn't being funny when he did it. He made up a lie and wasn't funny about it. It was more preachy.
It was preachy. It was like a one-man show, which I like a one-man show when someone says, hey, I'm doing a one-man show.
Yeah.
Hannah Gadsby said, I'm doing a one-woman show. A lot of comics shit on her. She was doing a one-woman show. I'm fine with...
She was a real comic. She'd do a one-man show.
I love it. Honestly, maybe she does now. But she, it's like The Moth. If anybody likes storytelling, I love The Moth. I love a serious story. I'm a sap. But for a comic, I mean, fuck you, Hasan. That's I
don't know. I think I take the other side on it. I don't care. One, I didn't even see it. Didn't bother me. Didn't affect me. I think if you can make up a joke about being funny, you can also, in the same context, you can make up a thing about to get your point across as a lesson or artistically whatever you're trying to do.
As a lesson?
Unless, like, if that's what he's trying to do, if he's trying to get a message out, like that's what he wants to do. When you put out a special or you put out a one man show or one woman show, you have a narrative that you're trying to get out. And so if he had to make something up to do it, there's no different than
Let me ask you
there's no
this.
difference than someone writing a very political book where this happened, right? Or like a
If
book
someone
about
lied in a book saying that happened to them, that was a political book to teach a political lesson, they would get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, but that's if they said,
By
"Oh,
the
this
way,
is a nonfiction book."
I'm not like a punishment person. If you aren't actually physically harming another person, good on you. Like, do whatever, lie, do whatever you want
How's
in
the
your
story
life.
end though? The fake story.
But let me ask you this.
Okay,
If
ask.
I went around having an entire set about how I'm poor and struggling and how I like grew up with nothing and pulled myself up by my bootstraps, you knowing that I did not grow up that way, how it's not that it's against the law.
I would make
It's
fun
not
of
that I
you.
should be punished, but yeah, exactly. Hasan Minaj should be made fun of. That should be his punishment. It
Yeah.
is cringy as fuck.
He should be made fun of as much as Steve Ranaziski or whatever got made
Yes.
fun of.
I'm not saying
And that's what
he should be
that was
mocked by
stupid
his
as well.
peers.
The fact that he said he was at 9/11, like that's ridiculous.
Yes.
So
we don't ruin his life. We just mock him incessantly. Some
I think
people
you
should
just
be
mock 'em.
mocked.
Give him a mock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Shit on
Mock.
both, but I
Yeah.
don't. But I think you can make shit up for even if it's being serious. I think if it makes it better. I don't know what we're talking about specifically, so I want to watch it.
He said his baby was showered in anthrax.
What really happened?
And he went
though?
on a 10-minute roller coaster. Nothing. None of it
None
occurred.
of it ever happened. Not
None of
even
it.
a little bit.
He said his baby was in Central Park in a suit of anthrax, and his wife threatened to leave him, and his family was going to fall apart. And
I
he
gotta
had
watch
to really.
this.
It's.
I'm gonna watch this. We're next week. I'm gonna watch this and then
It
we'll
is.
rediscuss.
He should. Again, I'm not a punishment person. Everybody do whatever the hell they want. We should make fun of him. That is not a comedian should be funny. If you're gonna say you're a stand-up comic and you're not, you weren't doing a one-man show.
This was on his special.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta watch it. You guys should watch it too. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know the context of it too much. And also, I'd like to know how much of it. There had to be some truth. You'd think there'd be a little bit of truth to it.
We'll both.
Maybe he got one of those annoying cards. That you open up and it won't stop singing, and then when you try to take the thing out, confetti falls everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Those like prank cards.
I mean, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
If
That's maybe
someone
it is.
if someone sent me an anti-Semitic card with confetti, I'd be like, ooh,
Why is it gotta be
Blair.
that?
Like, that's kind of fun. I don't know.
Mm-mm-mm.
I prefer it to anthrax.
I don't know where to put my coffee. Also, bad idea. We're recording late at night. What the hell's wrong with me?
Yeah, what are you doing? Why aren't you having
I
a
don't know.
drink?
I was really
Do you want some
tired.
of my drink?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm not drinking today, but that could change.
Okay. Is that because you had so much fun in
I've
New
been
York?
drinking for like 7 days straight. It's
Okay, I want to hear all about the
Brutal.
your past week.
Oh man,
There were so many cute pics of you and Zod. I just
It was
love you
fun.
two together.
You know what? That was really cool. All right, we will. Let's run. I'll try to go fast because I feel like it'll take 45 minutes. It was such a long trip.
Okay.
Tuesday, I fly to New York. Right. I stay at my friend Abby's house. She is not. She gives me her apartment. She's in Houston actually. Right. And so that's great. So I get to stay at her house, and so I got this whole place to myself, which is awesome. And I'm in New York. I go to meet up with a great comic. He's been on the podcast before, Dave Ross, and we go to meet up and we go to a concert together. We go to Madison Square Gardens, sold out. We're like 20 feet away from the band. We're just about to cry. We're both sad pussies. The drinks were $70 a round. I mean, I'm not joking. Madison Square Garden, it was $30 a drink. It was absurd, but it doesn't matter. We're having a blast.
Capitalism.
Yeah, we get drunk. The show's awesome. We're like riding a high. We go and we meet up with Zod and a whole bunch of comics. It's a blast. We have a good time. We're playing pool. Zod stinks at pool. He thinks he's good at it. He sucks. You heard it here first. And then we all just get very drunk with that. That was a blast. Had a good time. And then that day's over. We stayed out to about 3 a.m. We put it back pretty hard. I woke up super hungover, went and did Zach and Miko's podcast,
Mm.
which is probably out now or next week or very soon. And
Shout out to Zach Amico.
yeah,
He's
he's
the
the best.
sweetest.
You'll see him this weekend.
I know. I'm so
I will not.
excited.
I decided not to go. I pulled the plug. I sold my tickets.
Talk about a great hang. You're missing.
I've been. It sounds fun. I'm exhausted. This trip wiped me out. So I can't. The idea of me leaving somewhere in 3 days is absurd. So, anyways, next day in New York, just hanging out, having a good time. Meet up with Zod. We go have a couple drinks. I run into TJ Miller. We start talking a little bit. He's like, "Hey, I got a spot over at the Cellar," and we were like, "You know what? We're gonna go over there anyway, so we'll go over there." So we go over there. TJ's going. He's on stage when we get there. A couple people dropped out of the show, like, and didn't say anything. And so Cypher Sounds is there. He looks at me. He goes, "Hey, man, do you like comedy?" And I like kind of laughed. I go, "I hate it." And he goes, "Good, man. You're on the show if you want on it." And I go, "Yeah, of course."
I saw.
And so then Zod ended up co-hosting the show with him. I closed the show out, and then me and Zod and Cypher were all up on stage for a while together, just riffing. And honestly, the three of us on stage, it was so late. It was like 1 a.m. Everyone's hammered. We're a little buzzed. Didn't go that well, but the set was fine.
Any Mitzi? Any sign of Mitzi?
No, Mitzi. You're thinking of the store.
I'm thinking of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, this is the Cellar.
This is in New York.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Wrong town, wrong place.
I did see the iconic background of the photo though, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
very fun.
It was really cool. It also was it was a little bit of a bucket list for a comic, like not a bucket list. I'm sure I'll do it again. It's not like a one-time thing and I'm out. But it was like
You sure I'll do it again.
it's a list. I have a list of places I want to play, I want to do. The Store was on it. I knocked that out a couple times already. And then the Cellar was on it. I knocked that out. I've basically done, aside from Comedy on State, I've basically
Why did
done
I
every.
think that? Oh, because TJ's a LA guy.
He's a New York guy. Used to live in LA years ago,
Okay.
but moved to New York.
About 8 years behind.
Yeah, you are very behind. Anyways, me and Zod are riding high. We're like, man, we got to be on stage in New York together, at the Cellar, on stage together. There was like, even though it wasn't going that well, like we were still having so much fun up there, and
The fucking best. Did you eat there?
and it felt good. We had some French fries, but that's about it. We
the
drank.
food is decent,
We drank
and
pretty.
the hang is what's exciting.
Yeah, well, we hung out. It was pretty late. We hung out, a whole group of comics. We all hung out, had a good time. That closed at 2, and then we Chase DeRusso was there. He's the best, and he's like, "I'm going to a karaoke spot. You guys should come." We go to a karaoke spot. It's pretty empty, but we're like, let's just hang and do this for a little bit, right? So we're drinking, we're singing karaoke. Then all of a sudden, more comics come in, and more comics come in. And when it was the size of this room, this karaoke spot. It was so small, and it went from like 6 of us when we first got there to all of a sudden there were 50 people in that room, and we're all singing and drinking and having a great time. And we stayed up till 5 a.m. there, and we're literally at one point, me, Chase, and Zod, and about 8 other comics were singing "Proud to be an American." That's how drunk we were. We were like,
Ugh.
"Proud to be an American." It was pretty fun. It was really
Zod was singing that?
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was a joke. We weren't, It was,
And
it
then
was
you
a
all
good
yelled,
time.
"Trump 2024,"
No,
and
come on.
high-fived.
And it was great. And we got hammered. And then we went home to our places. We all passed out. I got up and I took a train to Philly.
Train
To Philly. And they did the backwards train. Hung out with an old friend. That was fun. My buddy Roland was in town. So we all went to this concert together in Philly, the same exact concert I just went to, and in Madison Square Garden. Put it back a little hard then. Third night in a row, I'm dragging. I don't make it till 2, though. I go to my hotel and I pass out. Then I get up. I get on a plane and I go to Milwaukee. Well, I go to Chicago, where I meet up with my opener, Jesse Saldana, great comic.
What was he doing in Chicago?
He was coming to open up for me.
He flew into
He flew into
Chicago.
feature for me.
I didn't realize, why wouldn't he just fly direct into,
Milwaukee. Well, it's a little more expensive, blah, blah, blah. It's not that far.
well, Chicago's the best.
Yeah, so we're
My
like, so we
hometown.
fly into Chicago. We we don't rent a car. His cousins live in Chicago. We borrow a car from his cousins, some crazy shit like that. And then we drive to Milwaukee. We get to Milwaukee. His cousins and his whole family come out to that first show, which is good because it was a light showing. It was pretty light.
Yeah,
It was
but
just kind of bummer.
family, cousins, that's a good.
Yeah. Well, so we do the show. It was a tight crowd first show, but it was good. You know, no one had a bad set, and it was fun. And then we went out and we went drinking with his cousins, and they're buying us drinks, and we're playing this thing called Woodschlagen, which is a Milwaukee thing.
Sounds so Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, yeah. You each get a nail and you get a hammer. You pass the hammer around, and there's a big old log. You tap it in so it's just standing straight, and then you get one swing. You go boom, and then it goes down, and then the next person goes, and you just keep going until all the nails are gone, and whoever has their nail nailed in last has to buy everyone around. So we play Woodschlagen. We're getting hammered.
Have you seen that little kid? You have kids. Like, have you seen that kid game where they just like put a little plastic hammer and they like just hammer on a little like plastic toy thing to get the nails down?
Yeah, I've seen
I have
things
a
like
niece and
that.
nephew.
Yeah,
It's like adults just grew up and added drinking to that
hmm
game.
Yeah, we're literally just putting nails in wood and then made it a drinking game.
I love
And it
it.
worked. It was a lot of fun. We ate 8,000 cheese curds. I haven't shit in 4 days.
I've never eaten a cheese curd, I don't think.
It's pretty good, but they don't make you feel good. It's your stomach sucks afterwards. So all right. So then this was wild. This is wild. Me and Jesse get into Uber. We're going back to our hotel. Our Uber driver in Milwaukee is drunk. I'm not like, this isn't me guessing he's drunk. This is me like, he burped like the guy from The Simpsons, and then he just kept going. Like, he was hammered.
Did you say something?
Yeah, we talked to him for a while, and it got interesting because Jesse and I were having a conversation about Down syndrome, and I'll tell you why. There's a lot to this story. Sorry, I don't know how.
Can you talk about Down syndrome on stage?
No. This is okay. So this is why we're talking about Down syndrome, because it is weird for two guys to be talking about Down syndrome at 2 a.m. So in an Uber.
Ben.
Yeah. So this is actually why. I don't know how I left this out. On the way from Chicago to Milwaukee, we're driving. I'm like, Jesse, you hungry? He goes, yeah, I could eat. And I'm like, let's look up a diner. Let's go eat. So what we do is we look up a diner. The closest diner nearby is this place called Lamb's Farm Diner. It's about halfway between Milwaukee and Chicago. We pull in. Everything seems normal. It's a cute little house. We're like, all right, this will be fun. We walk in, and we notice there's something different about this place. There's no music in the background. Super quiet. And then our waitress has Down syndrome.
Oh, that's
That's
sweet.
cool. That's fine. That's cool, right?
She
And then we
might
look
not
over,
get your order
and then we
right.
see another waitress has Down syndrome. And then we see everyone. So basically, we look up is this place. Are you about to sneeze? Are you praying?
It's gone.
Okay.
I don't pray.
What we realize is that we are at a place that only hires people with Down syndrome, which is awesome.
It's a thing. There's a thing in Houston. I forget the name of the coffee shop, but shout out to the coffee shop in Houston that does that.
It's
sweet.
cool. I think it's cool. It's sweet. I think you should support them. Lamb's Farm. Go check it out if you're near Chicago or Milwaukee. It was really neat to check out. Here's the only thing. It is really neat to check out if you know you're walking into that. Because we just thought we were going to a diner, right? And then we walked into that and we're like, okay, no big deal.
We're not going to get what we ordered.
The food was surprisingly good, but it got a little weird because our first waitress, she walks us to the table. We sit down. She asks what we want. We both get waters and coffees. And then she walks away, and then another waitress walks right up to us and goes, what do you guys want? And we're like, oh, we already ordered with her. And she goes, well, what did you order? And we're like, water and coffee. And so then we realized that this one stole the other one's table. And so they're battling over the table. We end up with 4 cups of coffee and 2 waters apiece. And then they're all ice cold, and we're too scared to say, "Hey, this is too cold. Can you warm it up for us?" So we just sat there and took it, and it was bizarre. It was a very like, and then at one point, this poor girl dropped something, and then it kind of like, you ever see like a toddler like start to spill something, and then they like panic and they start to spill it even more. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and that's what it was. It was like one fork fell, and then it was like bent over to get the fork, and then 5 knives fell, and then it was like, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking,
Hilarious.
it's stressing me out.
It is. Is that inappropriate to say? This is.
I
Hilarious.
don't think it's inappropriate to say. We weren't laughing or anything. It was the whole situation was intense. Just because we didn't know we were walking into that. If I
Did
knew I was
they
walking,
fight over you the whole time?
they don't like. It's not like they were like fighting in front of us. They figured it out, but there was like some weird tension, and it was already tense enough because we didn't.
I love
realize.
the idea that like you guys just got like double everything you ordered, but then like then they don't. You
Yeah, it
just
was-
pay for one. That's great.
Yeah, well, we didn't get like double food, and they got our food right. I was really worried I was going to get a turkey and peanut butter sandwich, but no, we just it was good. The food was delicious actually, and everything was fine. And it was a good. I do think people should go and support that thing. I think it's really cool. I do wish I knew I was going into it though. It was a surprise. So, anyways. It's 2 a.m. Jesse and I are talking about our awkward lunch and how wild that was, And now this is when the Uber driver gets special because he looks at me.
He
And
left. He was working at the place, and then he got in.
No. The different city. This guy, the drunk guy, he's driving. We're talking about Down syndrome. He goes, "Down syndrome, huh?" He goes, "Is that when you're depressed?"
What?
Oh yeah, he said that, and then I thought to myself, I could teach this guy something
I
right
mean,
now.
Down syndrome is like actually. I hate to. I'm. You can roast me, but like I actually feel like it's the exact opposite because ignorance is bliss, and I do feel like if you met a Down syndrome person,
They're mostly happy.
They're
yeah.
mostly extremely joyful. Like, am I wrong?
Yeah, you're not
I'm
wrong.
really struggling to not sneeze right now.
Sneeze it up.
No, I'm trying not to.
So this guy goes, "Is that weird when you're depressed?" And Jesse doesn't even hear at first, and I was like, "Yeah." I look at him. He goes, "What?" I go, "What did you say?" And he goes, "That's where you're depressed, right?" And then I was like, in my head, I go, "I have an opportunity here to educate somebody, or I could just roll with this." And I go, "Yep, that's exactly what it is." And then we started talking about his struggles with Down syndrome, and I gave him some advice. I told him, I go, sometimes when I get Down syndrome, I just take a hot shower and try to wash it off, wash it away.
This guy was not drunk. This guy was mentally.
No, he was drunk. He was for sure drunk, and it was one of the funniest things I was ever, because he started talking about his Down syndrome, and then I was like, dude, I just think it's important that that men have an open dialogue about their struggles with their Down syndrome. And I think the more we talk about this openly, the better we're gonna be.
I don't. No. I don't understand. It's not computing. Like, bring it back 18 steps. What? How?
He
How
thinks
does an
Down
adult
syndrome. Yes,
man-
I have no idea. I can't explain that part of this.
Even at blackout drunk, I don't think I would ever be like, is that Alzheimer? Is your coffee addiction called cancer? Like, I don't know. What is he
Well, I would say he's retarded.
exactly? And
Yeah.
he was driving so drunk, retarded, and driving.
Yeah, he should not have been driving. It was insane. We're lucky we got home. But man, that
snowy up there?
interaction was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I've never heard. I'm still thinking about it. It was so wild.
Were you guys also like veering all over the road?
No, it wasn't too bad. A little bit. He was a little swervy, but not too bad.
How many
Yeah.
stars did you give him?
I don't actually ever rate my Ubers anymore. I don't rate any of them.
Okay, I
I
don't
don't
want
give
to
any
call you
stars
out
out.
right now, but if you don't rate your Uber, that means that you're not tipping your Uber drivers.
That's not true. You can hit the 1. You don't have to put the stars.
You don't have to do the star before you can tip?
No, it's on the same thing. You can just hit the whatever number, and then you don't have to hit the stars at all. I don't hit the stars ever.
Call in if that's not true.
You don't have to hit the stars.
I feel like you have to hit a star before you can tip.
But I
But
did not tip that guy. I will tell you that. He was drunk.
I have had many, many wasted taxi drivers in Arizona, but I have never, because Uber, they have the threat of being raided and
Yeah.
not tipped. So I feel like I don't have that situation in an Uber very much.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, yeah, I don't usually have that situation,
I
but
want to go to a diner in the middle of nowhere, Americana. That feels so Americana to have like a late night diner meal, but for a chick, like I'd love to do it with you and Jesse.
yeah.
But like if I was on the road,
This wasn't late night. This was in the middle of the day.
okay. But
But
still,
still, yeah.
if I'm on the road alone, I'm less likely to go do shit.
I agree.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like that for everybody, though.
Yeah.
It is. I don't do shit alone. I'll sit in my hotel and masturbate mostly.
We all do that.
Yeah. But if I'm by myself, if I'm with somebody, I'm like, let's go have a cocktail. Let's go this. Let's do that.
Do you try not to think about that when you're in a hotel? Like try not to think
Masturbating?
about how many people have been in that, or even in a nice place. Like I just feel like you can like feel it everywhere. Do you think about that
I don't think
mid
about that at all.
masturbation?
No, because then I'd
No.
come too quick.
That's pretty good.
No, I don't really ever think about that at all.
I went to see friends and I was in Colorado this week and it just reinvigorated that sense in me of like I'm in my 30s. I don't need to stay with friends anymore. I just need to get my own place, like even trying to be nice. So I was on a blow up air mattress. That being said, I like being in a little studio with my girlfriends, staying on a blow up mattress with a 75-pound golden retriever on the mattress with me and having it like half deflate. And every time I rolled over in the night, it would like
Yeah.
my body weight
I've been
would
on
just
that.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't love an air mattress.
That being said, like laughing about that, like you know that late night feeling with friends when you're like several drinks in and like you get on the air mattress and like it falls to one side and you roll off and like you laugh like that, like late night drunk, just some silly little moment laugh with friends.
Yeah,
Like
like
I
super late night. You guys are exhausted, but you're like
Yeah.
just kind
Like
of.
me falling off the air mattress, like rolling off of it and hitting myself against the wall, like it's so stupid, but I feel like I don't laugh as much anymore, like as a comic especially, like I don't know. But I laughed harder I think than I have all year. Just like sharing that little shitty like, air mattress with a golden retriever in that little space with my friends is like the best. So, shout out to my two best girlfriends from growing up. It was so
Your
much
golden
fun.
retriever.
And I spooned a golden retriever. It was amazing. It was actually great. Yeah, so I'm glad like rolling it back. I'm glad I did not get my own place and I stayed,
With people.
with
It is
people.
the road is significantly better with someone else, in my opinion. I haven't gotten to a point where
Depends who. Jesse's great.
of course, I
Shout
mean
out to
I'm
Jesse.
picky on the people I'll go on the road with for sure.
Yeah.
Jesse is someone that we lived together for a while. He's a great comic.
So
He's
sweet.
a fun hang. He drinks as much as me, so it kind of works like for the hang, you know.
And he's funny.
And so yeah, and so that's good. And I mean, we had a great time. So then we get to the next day, right? We're on day 2. We got 2 shows. They were awesome. Both shows were great. So much better than the
Audience
first show.
full of Down syndrome.
Well, yeah, no, the first show was packed. It was great, almost sold out. I was really excited.
Awesome.
And then the second show, a little bit lighter. It is a late show though. It was fun. There's a giant car show outside, which is kind of funny. And Jesse was out there. He's Hispanic, and he was standing by a car, and people kept walking up to him and just being like, "So what's the deal with your car?" And we're like, "You racist pieces of shit." That was very funny.
In a sweet Midwestern way, though. Racism in
Yeah.
a sweet Midwestern
Well,
way.
Milwaukee's the most segregated city in the country, apparently.
Really?
That's what all these whites told us, basically. Out of 3 shows, I think I counted 4 black people at them. It was pretty brutal. Yeah, it was crazy. And then when I pointed it out to all the whites, I was like, "What'd you guys do here?" And got a little weird.
I'm like white as fuck, and even I'm like the culture of Milwaukee, it's very white. Like
sure. We
Jello and
kayaked.
cheese curds and
Yeah.
kayaking
Whoa,
and like
yeah, we kayaked.
if you were black, would you be like Milwaukee, babe?
Yeah, no, I would
No.
never. Well, if I was black, I'd choose Milwaukee over the South. But
Are you
the
serious?
South is
Houston's fucking.
racist as fuck still.
I feel like Houston's fucking great, but I'm
Houston
not
is
black.
inside Houston, but I would say out. You go outside of it.
Black people,
Go to
right in.
Tomball.
What's
Do you think black people listen to our show? I hope you do, but
you? I
probably
mean,
not.
I can think of a few people in my
Oh, that's
head.
nice.
We live in because we live in Houston, and it's a very
Diverse.
It's a very
We're very diverse.
it's a very also not segregated city. I
Of
can think of
course.
many of our friends like doing comedy in Houston is the shit because of that.
It's so diverse. I love it. It's my
Yeah.
favorite place to do comedy because of the diversity. I love it.
I'm not from the South, so I don't know. I didn't grow up here, so I don't know. But I would imagine at least Houston seems very integrated and
Yes.
no one gives a shit.
Yes. I think major cities. Also, I just think that's like any state. Every major city is going to be pretty good for everybody. But then you go outside, that's when it gets, you don't want to live in Tomball.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
You don't want to live in LaPorte or
Yeah, but Milwaukee's a major city.
Yes. Yeah, it's just and it was very segregated.
Did
that's
you
all.
comment on that? Did you do crowd work about how there were only like
Yes, and you know what? They didn't like it. They were like, literally, I go, "What did you guys do with all your black people?" And then someone's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I don't know. I haven't seen one. You guys fucking did something with them. It's fucked up." And then I had to get past that because they didn't like it. But
even in foreign countries, like that's how I felt in Mexico City. I was like, where are all the fucking black people? And that's like a city full of Hispanic people,
yeah,
obviously. And I think we don't know how lucky we are to be here. I love Houston.
Houston's the best. I got a
The
burp.
shit.
Uh,
That was a good one.
oh yeah, that was great,
There
wasn't
was a
it?
stank to that. There was a
Oh,
little,
it actually did smell a little.
oh, God.
I had a smash burger before this, so
Smash burger?
yeah. You know what a smash burger is? Like a hamburger, but it's smashed. Flat patty.
No, but
Also, that's what people called you in high school, flat patty.
that's pretty good. Flat patty. I like that.
Uh,
Actually, I was way curvier in high school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There were some curves. 20 pounds more? That's
Wow.
probably the most.
That's
I
pretty
bet.
good, I think, for you.
Yeah. Got a little ass on there.
Oh, gross.
A little bit of ass.
Grossing me out here. Grossing me out. All
Can
right,
I get something? Can you just pretend? Just fake it for me for 2 seconds. We're friends.
We are friends, but I can't. Okay, you want me to talk about my dick?
That sounds good.
All right. Oh, yeah, my dick is huge, Jamie, let me tell you.
Good for you.
That's not. See, I can tell you it's not even. You're not being genuine. At least I'm being
so
genuine.
proud of you.
About my giant cock.
Yeah. Is it fun for you?
Oh gosh, I don't even believe it saying
I
it.
can be happy for you. You wish you could be happy for me.
I am happy for you. I'm happy for high school you. High school you sounded so hot, Jamie.
That's all I've ever wanted.
What? Okay, so let me finish. I don't know if I finished.
Okay, so where are we? So
we're
are
on Saturday.
Saturday night,
we're
Milwaukee.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
There are
Saturday.
4 black people in the crowd. You're having fun. They didn't love the crowd work, but you still got them.
Yeah, we're 5 days in of drinking every day, all day long. Not all day, but all night. And then Jesse and I go out after the shows to kind of celebrate because, I've headlined before, but that was my first headlining weekend I've ever had at a
Hell
place.
yeah.
So it was for me. I was, and I just did 2 like great shows. They were fun. The club was like, "We can't wait to have you back," and I was like, "I can't wait to come back. I love you guys." And then we're hugging. I drank with them for a while. We go out to another bar. We walked in this bar where there's this couple that just got married. I'm in a great mood. And so I walk up to them and I go, "Hey guys, I'd love to buy you around. Congratulations on being married." They're like, "Why are you buying us around?" I was like, because you guys got married. This is a huge day for y'all. And this is a great weekend for me. And I just want to share the love. Congratulations. And I bought them drinks and I hung out with these married people for a little bit. They were like in wedding dress. The whole wedding dresses, they were oh my God, they were hammered. They were like,
That is so Milwaukee
oh,
that
yeah,
she's
they're
still
at the
in her
bar.
wedding dress.
in her
like,
wedding dress at the bar.
What's the Milwaukee
slunched
beer?
over. Milwaukee Beast, right? They call
No,
it Beast.
what's the-
Milwaukee's Best, it's called.
Yeah, yes. What is it? Ben, do you know?
Pabst Blue Ribbon is one.
Is it PBR?
PBR's a big, yeah.
She's
That's a
slanging.
Milwaukee beer? I thought that was Portland for some
Ye-
reason.
Yeah, my parents lived there for a little bit, so I would visit them a little bit. They got a big PBR.
Oh, and what about Colt 45?
Oh,
That could
man.
be one.
Is that a thing?
In our
No, that could be
in our
comedy.
hotel in Milwaukee, right? We get there, all these guys are wearing these shirts, and we're like, what the hell is going on? There's a convention, and it is a stay-at-home dads convention sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh my God, Milwaukee, I love you.
And
Now
so
I kind of love
there's just
it.
all these fucking dorks fucking on the escalator posing for photos and playing games and stuff and really looking like dorks. And it was so funny.
that is
and
so-
I loved it.
These little vignettes of the other things outside of comedy, that's so Milwaukee. Like the fact that there was a married couple, she's like in her wedding dress, like drinking beers at the bar.
I experienced Milwaukee this
the
weekend. for
stay-at-home
sure,
dad's convention. This is
yeah.
why
Woodschlagen.
I need to go to
Yeah.
more small towns
Yeah.
because like you're
Milwaukee's
gonna
a big
experience
city.
weird shit.
they got a hockey team, an NBA team. Yeah,
But small to me. And like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
go to like a roadside diner. I've been watching this show Welcome to Plathville. It's like a shitty reality show. But it's actually kind of like it's this family that they're so sheltered in Georgia, like southern Georgia. And just like the things they're shocked by and the way they live their life, it's like I don't know, it makes me appreciate like I don't know, weird little vignettes of life like that. I just love that.
I think you're getting jealous of being on the road. You just got to do it.
Yeah,
Get yourself on the road.
I go on the road myself. I make shit happen. I actually do put effort more than other people, but I go to New York. I go to LA.
Yeah,
I go
but
to,
do a thing where you take your car, you do like 5 days, you
and
do
go to
it.
like
We'll
Columbus.
plan it. You know what? Let's plan one. Me and
Oh,
you.
to smaller.
You think we could do it?
Smaller. What am I trying to say? You know, towns and what am I trying to say?
I don't know. Markets.
Markets. There we go. To smaller markets where we're more.
I think
Where
well,
we could get a little club.
Listen, I got places.
Yeah.
I got places. You can come open for me.
And I'm funny. Like
Yeah,
I'm good.
Come open for me.
Don't let the roast.
Stop talking about this roast, you psycho. You're roasting yourself more than anyone ever roasted you.
I know.
Come, we'll go on the road together.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
We'll go on the road together. Maybe we'll do a live podcast somewhere somehow. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out.
Just wanted to ask about this. It's just dumb, but okay. So like I said something to my husband the other day about how I sometimes change like I'm not a religious person, so I just have to like make rules in my head for like what I think is a good person
and
would
wrong.
do
Okay,
and what
yeah.
other things
Yeah,
make
yeah.
me cringe, like Hasan Minaj. So it's just about like they shouldn't be punished, whatever, but like what's the right thing. So do you ever change the number on like the if it's like an organic grapefruit versus not, like you'll still put that it's the not organic because the organic is more expensive when you're going through the checkout?
Okay. No, I don't ever do that.
You don't do that? Am I a bad person? Am I an
Where are you
unethical
shopping?
person?
Where are you shopping?
This is like at HEB. He's a billionaire.
I don't
But there
know,
are
man.
farmers.
Here's the thing. I can't believe you do your own shopping. That blows my mind.
Who would do my fucking shopping?
Instacart.
No,
Our new
I
sponsor.
like driving. Actually, that would be amazing. We need sponsors. We need money.
It is time. It's time to start looking.
Well, you know what would bring in more money is Patreon, and we need to fucking get after it. Whenever we're out together, we need to.
We're never out together.
No, we are.
Like once in a while.
I know, but more.
Yeah, we'll do it. Let's do
I
it.
always have ideas. I told you to come to Las
Idea.
Vegas. Do you know how cool it would be? You know how funny Fremont Street is? Do you know how much wild shit is happening?
I know. I can't.
There are nurses with their tits out
been to Vegas.
in a wheelchair.
I've been-
Fremont Street is extra.
Yeah, but then I would lose my life's fortune.
Just don't gamble.
That's hard to do.
I'm gonna lose a fortune too. I was like looking at shit to do away from Skankfest just to have a minute to myself, and like everything is wildly expensive.
Have fun. You're gonna have a blast. It's gonna be great.
A massage at my hotel. I don't even want it. Anyway, okay, so
So you steal
No.
organic grapefruits.
he gave me a look like that is not the woman I married. But that's an old story. The thing is, when I was with my friends, and if they hear this, Gomez, I'm so sorry. So I'm staying with friends. Are you ever staying with a friend and you didn't bring anything and you're showering at their place and you use their razor?
No.
You've never used a friend's razor, you liar. You're trying to
Why
throw
the
me under the bus right now.
Why? What am I shaving?
I mean, that's the gross part. Like your armpits or like.
Look at this. That is very. Why would I have a bald armpit?
Or that is true. What about like a little bit of like preservation of the.
I'm not trimming my bush in their shower.
I'm like a seal because I get laser, but I just do a little extra. I guess. I just do a little like once over, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, Gomez, I'm so sorry, but
oh God.
but is it so it's bad?
Yes. You're a dirtbag.
But then I clean it, and then it's like hot water.
But here's the thing: is you don't know they could have cut themselves with it at some
she's
point.
Listening.
They
for
could
sure.
have. Plus, the seal thing has got me so gross.
We're like sisters.
Yeah. Well, gross.
But I clean it off after, and it's like
You're like a seal because you smell like fish.
but it's laser. It's like literally a wisp of one
Get
hair.
Because of the vagina.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Bad.
But I tried to go past it so that we
Okay.
could all move on.
I wasn't ready to move on. Seal. Oh God.
It's unethical what I did.
It's making me sick.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
But I will do it again.
Gomez, change your razor out.
Gomez, I will do it again.
Gomez, a guy or a girl?
It's a girl. I call her Gomez. Her name's Elisa. She's a lovely woman.
Oh. Okay, I just kept thinking of the guy from the Addams Family.
I call her Gomez. She's the best.
Well, good for you. Bad friend.
ElisaGomezArt.com.
Oh, that's nice. She needs the money for new razor blades. Let's do it. Can we do a question? Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Hey, there I am.
Ben in the
Hey,
middle.
Ben, you
That
look
like the name. That's the name of this scene. It's called Ben in the Middle.
You look like you're in the red light district, like you're about to do a sex
yeah,
show in a
you
window.
are.
You know, I am about to do that
It's
after
because you didn't
this.
turn on the light out there, you weirdo.
Yeah.
Do you think sex workers, like, on the weekend, sex is their job, so they're just like, they don't fuck on the weekends?
I don't want to work I don't have to come home from work and then work.
And then work.
No, I think people. Well, I think a lot of sex workers enjoy sex, so I think it's. You know.
You don't think they're like clocking
I love
out
comedy.
at the end of the week and they're like,
I go up and I do comedy. When I go home, I still want to make people laugh.
I've had enough getting my dick sucked. Time for the weekend.
True.
All right,
I gotta
sorry.
work my 9 to 5, which is my boner size. 9 to 5. I wish.
You're a grower.
I'm a reverse.
9 to
yeah,
5?
yeah. Actually, when I get hard, it just compacts. It's very loose. It lays down at 9, but when it gets hard, it moves to a 5, and we get it done.
You have so much anxiety that just like tenses up and shrinks down.
Yeah, but
I
it
just
gets
picture
hard.
it like
It's hard like a rock, like a fucking.
a tiny rock, a pebble.
Oh, 5 isn't tiny. It's not great either. I'm not 5.
Houston.
I'll put it on the Patreon. You guys can tell me what it is.
You're a Milwaukee. It's big in Milwaukee. It's small in Houston.
You know, I will say I am a Milwaukee 9 though. Oh, God, those are some. Ooh, they got a different BMI chart there. Is all I'm saying. It is wild. All those cheese curds.
Then I'm like a Milwaukee -3.
Oh yeah, you're a Houston -3.
What the fuck is
Damn.
happening today?
I'm on the Jamie roast train. I can't get the roast out of my brain, just like you.
Oh, that was sweet. Was
Yeah, I'm
that
bringing it back.
accidentally nice? Ha!
Wait, how was I accidentally nice?
Because you're thinking about me.
Oh, okay. I think about you a lot.
Oh. Again, occasionally he's nice.
I'm always nice. You guys know. You've heard the podcast. I've never been rude once. I look bad today. Let's get this podcast over so I can stop
shorts.
looking at myself.
Don't ever wear shorts again.
Oh, I'm wearing them. Look at that. Look at that, boys and girls.
Can we all a poll?
Ooh,
If anybody
whoa.
wants Andrew to never wear shorts again, vote on this
I gotta
poll.
be honest. I posted
Look at how pasty the top of your thigh is.
I posted a short photo on the internet the other day. I gotta say, I got some attention.
I'm sure you got a lot of likes.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I ever get any
some
love?
DMs.
I can't ever get
Hubba
any
hubba.
love. I take my shoes off and people scream at me.
Well, you have a disgusting body.
I have a fucking great body.
I was just kidding. Calm
I woke up
down.
at 6 a.m. today and I went to fucking Solid Core and I crushed.
Solid core.
I just want you guys to know you don't even know. So
You don't
fuck
even know.
everyone.
Fuck everybody. Jamie's hot.
You guys don't know.
Fuck all of you. Jamie's hot.
All right, Ben, bring back your red
Let's do some
light.
advice. Ben, get back in the
All
middle,
right.
you bitch.
It's sexy Ben time. Y'all ready?
Let's go, Ben. Bow,
All right.
chicka, bow, bow.
My 22-year-old male boyfriend has started following a lot of Instagram women.
Ooh.
Not regular ones. I don't mind those, but particularly the ones in lingerie and with their asses out. Even was watching their OnlyFans. I, 21 female, told him it made me uncomfortable and to stop, but his response was, "It's just Instagram. You're doing too much. It's not that serious." And he kept doing it. Well, I posted some pictures of me in a string bikini, ass out and all, and he saw it and started freaking out, slamming doors and yelling. He was like, "Ew, you don't respect yourself. Girls who do that are hoes. That's embarrassing. I don't want my girlfriend doing that. Bro, that's weird." End quote. And he is mad, like really mad. He told me to take it down, and I said, "No, isn't that what you like to see?" And his response again was, "You're in a relationship. Why would you do that?" And I said, "I'm only posting what you like." After I said that, he started ignoring me. It's been hours, and honestly, I don't care. I don't feel bad at all. For months, I was uncomfortable and asked him to stop, and he couldn't. So, yeah, now he's a victim of a crime he participates in. Did I go too far?
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I want to hear your take first.
Well, I think you guys are both a little silly. First off, I think I don't follow, but my Instagram, the people I follow, it's not a bunch of hoochie mama stuff. Like, first of all, sex positive stuff is the right way to say it. I do have a lot of friends that are sex workers that I do follow. So I don't do that kind of following on Instagram, really. The people are just my friends. But I do know a ton of people that do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as he's not like messaging them and like, having full on like that. You can, looking. I guess, would you be mad if he watched porn? Because if you're mad that he watched porn, that's kind of similar to what I'm thinking, right? Like, it's pretty similar to watching porn.
You just have to be with someone who's on the same page as you. But so I don't think there's anything wrong with people being sexual and having desires, and if part of that is like looking at these photos, but you should also honor how you feel. I think that you are both, like, I agree with Andrew 100%. You're both being silly, you're both young, but ask yourself why it bothers you that he's looking at that.
Yeah.
Ask yourself if
Like, you
it's
don't trust him.
And it seems like maybe you are lacking confidence in yourself. Like, I'm sure you're beautiful and lovely, and just like be confident in yourself. It doesn't take anything away from you or your relationship. Now, if he's given you a reason not to trust you further than this, that's different. I also think, like, when you're in a relationship, you have to be independent people who do the things you want to do and that make you happy, but also you should take your partner's feelings into consideration. So I think that he should have handled the way you feel differently. I don't think he should change his behavior, but rather than laughing at you and telling you you're doing too much, he should have been like, "I'm sorry that makes you feel insecure. It shouldn't, because you're beautiful. Like, I am a sexual man. I like to, watch porn occasionally, but I would never hurt you. And I want you to know I think you're the most beautiful girl in the world," or whatever it is. He should have handled it more gently, because your feelings do matter.
Definitely communicate a bit better.
But your feelings are not facts. Like, you need to be more secure in yourself. And
at the same time, I think you got to ask yourself why you posted that photo. There's nothing wrong with you posting that photo. I think it's cool. I think
he's
sex
childish
positive.
too for caring about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But it almost sounds like she did it as like I'll show him. And so if you guys are doing things to upset the other person, you guys got a whole nother bag of problems. Like, you're not, like, you shouldn't be doing that reactively. Listen, sex positive person here, I think you should post your butt, send me the DM. I'll give it a heart. But post whatever you want on the fucking on the internet is how I feel. And I think if you wanted to post yourself in a string bikini, because you wanted to post that because you thought you looked good and you just liked it and you wanted the likes and you wanted that, I think go ahead and do that. That's great. Good for you. However, if you only posted that to be like, well, I'll show him, now that's a little fucked. So don't, if you're serious about your relationship, sit back, have a conversation. Don't react. Don't react like that. Like, don't do things reactively. You know what I mean? Do them because you want to do them, not because you're doing it to, oh, well, I'll teach them a lesson kind of thing.
It does make me wonder though, and Ben's gonna hate this, but like
Ben hates everything.
I probably posted like 2 thirst traps, not on my feed, on my story. And like I do feel good about my body. I do work really hard on it, but like I feel like I posted those both of the times I posted, I was feeling insecure. And I wanted validation. So like I'm not saying that's what everyone does.
I don't think I've ever seen you do a thirst trap.
I don't well, you missed out, sir.
All your photos you just look dehydrated.
You
missed
out on it, sir. But I would question. I think it's okay to question. I'm not saying don't do it. Everybody can put their tits out and
Please.
get an OnlyFans. Do
Free the
everything
nipple.
you want to do. But yeah, question. I would say like the timing of when you did it. Yeah, just ask yourself, why am I doing? I asked myself, and for me, when I posted those, I was feeling insecure and needing attention, and that's not my vibe. Like I for me want to just like feel good in myself for myself and the people that care about me, but also yay for people who want to put it out there. I just think it's good to self-reflect always. So girl, self-reflect on yourself, why you posted, why you care that he looks at that stuff. And if he's listening, dude,
don't be a bitch, dude.
Self-reflect on why you're being cunty towards her and hypocritical, because
also let your girlfriend post her butt.
I get why you wouldn't like.
She's not cheating on you or anything. What's it matter? She's, flaunting a little bit, but sometimes I think that's nice.
You're saying the cool, open-minded thing, but
No.
I care about my husband's feelings, and I know like if I just like got an OnlyFans and put my tits out there, he wouldn't feel great.
You in a bikini and you on an OnlyFans are two very different things.
Okay, but either way, I get why someone wouldn't feel awesome about that. I think at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and remember that you are independent people. You should make yourself happy first. That's the best way to make your partner happy, is to make yourself happy first and do the best thing for you. That being said, take the other person's feelings into account. Don't change yourself, but be gentle with them.
Yeah. And then get each other's names tattooed on each other's necks. And then nobody will fuck with the other person.
So many years of regret. You can get that removed. Call me when you do. I'll give you.
You got a tattoo
you a name.
Oh,
I'm literally in the process of getting mine removed.
How's it looking? Where's it at?
You ought to think about it with some of yours.
Oh, yeah. Some of these are bad. I enjoy a bad tattoo. I love a bad tattoo.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
I can afford to get some of these removed. I don't wanna. I like it.
It's more painful than getting it.
I don't care. I'm a pain machine.
Ben, help.
We got to get out of here, guys.
We gotta get
did
out
we
of
help
here.
this person?
Hope we helped. Did that help?
I think we did. Grow up. I'm just mean to everyone. I
kind of like sassy Andrew.
All
Drink
right.
more coffee.
What do we do? Podcast is coming out tomorrow. Tonight, if you listen to it today and you're in the Houston area, Trash Flavored Trash makes its return tomorrow night. Very exciting. Me and Zad Devji, we're doing a 30-minute headliner set of just us riffing and raffing and having a good old time. Please come out to that. And then this weekend, I will be with Daniel Van Kirk and Dallas Hyenas on Thursday. Friday, I will be in New Orleans at the Dragon's Den. And Saturday, I will be not doing comedy. I'll be going to a concert.
Vegas.
I won't be in Vegas.
if you're a comic and you're in Vegas, if you're not a comic, I don't want to hang out with you. But if you're a comic and you're in Vegas, I want to hang out with you. I'm just going to be at my Christmas all weekend.
Have fun. You're going to have a blast.
I'm so excited.
We'll see you on the other side of that. We'll probably have to do one more episode before that, but that's a whole nother thing. Follow me at No Youngblood.
Don't break the fourth wall.
I know.
Follow me at the Jamie Rowan, JamieRowanComedy.com. I update everything there. I actually do. I still do comedy, but I am just going away to enjoy myself this weekend. And maybe I'll try to hop up if I can convince them I'm like Rachel Wolfson for a day.
Yeah, do it. It'll be good.
And plug he has a podcast too with Zod, so plug the podcast because two of my favorite comics.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Follow us on the I'll say this pod on Instagram. We still haven't released an episode, but they're coming. We're getting ready. We're doing a big old ramp up.
And please call, text. We want to give you shitty advice. So it's fun. Just have fun with it. It can remain anonymous. Call us at 832-744-9492 or text or Instagram message and tell us your mess. Love you, Messies.
Bye.
Bye.